Have you ever found yourself saying yes when every part of your body said no? I have. What most people think about boundaries is that they are walls and something that separates us. But I've come to understand boundaries as something very different. A boundary isn't something you put around another person. It's a choice you get to make about yourself. It is deciding what you are available for and what you are no longer available for. A boundary isn't controlling somebody else's behavior. It's about taking responsibility for your choices. That is your power. A boundary says, if this continues, I am going to leave the conversation. Or if you are yelling at me, I'll talk to you when both of us are calm. If I don't have capacity today, I'll say no. Notice the focus stays on my choice, not their behavior. For many of us, boundaries feel very uncomfortable because somewhere along the way, we learned that our worth depended on pleasing others. Maybe saying no wasn't safe. Maybe disappointing people felt like losing love. Maybe you became the helper. So your nervous system learned that keeping everybody happy was what kept you safe. The problem is, if you're constantly choosing everyone else, who is choosing you? I've noticed something fascinating about my body. Whenever I ignore a need, my shoulders tighten, my neck tightens, my jaw tightens, my breath becomes shallow, and resentment begins to quietly grow. Resentment is a sign that we have repeatedly crossed our boundaries. We have ignored our needs for a long time, for a repeated amount of times. So it builds up into this long standing resentment. Your body knows often long before your mind does. A practice I love is to pause and ask myself, what do I genuinely need right now before answering any request? That pause gives you time for you to make a choice, an informed choice. With awareness, we can respond with clarity and certainty. A boundary isn't a war, it is an act of self-respect. It's how we create relationships where love doesn't require self-sacrifice. Every time you honor a genuine need, you are telling your nervous system that you matter. And that might be one of the most healing practices there is. True self-love. And it is a practice. Sometimes we'll do better than others. Sometimes we will fall into old patterns, we'll get scared, and it's part of it. Most important thing is to start asking, what do I need? What do I want? How can I communicate that without using that to control another or to try to control their behavior? So we feel better by them changing their behavior. It's not about them changing, it's about you informing what you need. Maybe I need more rest, maybe I need more connection, maybe I need peace, maybe I need more fun. It's what is really inside you, or how you truly feel. And that's when meditation comes in handy. Meditation is a gift, not because it helps you escape your life, but because it helps you learn to give yourself enough space to respond before you react. In that space, you have time to learn about your genuine needs instead of pleasing or self-sacrificing. You have time to learn about perhaps patterns that are trying to show up. And that's when boundaries become much easier, when you're able to slow down, breathe, tune into your body, and learn what sensations in your body are trying to tell you. You're no longer asking, how do I get them to change? But you're asking, how can I love myself right now so I can express and fulfill my needs? Sometimes that choice is saying yes. Sometimes that choice is saying no. Sometimes it means to walk away. And none of those choices make you selfish. They make you honest. Sometimes you'll fall into old patterns, and that's okay. Sometimes willpower will speak louder than wisdom, and that's all right. But the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and it's a practice. Every time you try, even imperfectly, you're practicing coming home to yourself. And that's how it rewires, little by little, practice by practice, and one breath at a time. Next, we'll talk about what yoga never taught me about people pleasing. Hope to see you then.